Hello and welcome to episode 26 of Youth Squad Prospects 4 with Morecambe, and today it's not going to be any games in this episode, just a season review to go through. As you can see, spoiler alert there down at the bottom of your screen. We've won the league 99 points, just the one below our target. So I decided to do a different kind of season review as I've done in the past. I just sim until the last day of the season in game, in the save. But for this one, I'm going to go through the scouting updates with you guys. And the reason why I am starting on the 23rd of May is because we've got a youth player that wants out. Miguel Cruz is wanting to cancel his youth contract. Here is Miguel Cruz. He's a 55 overall centre mid playmaker with an 83 to 89 potential, between an exciting prospect and a showing great potential player. I think he's definitely worth the call up. We'll promote him. Here are the monthly scouting updates. Will Wright scouting Cameroon. We've got Musa Luoa, great name and a great overall and potential. 53 to 71 overall, potential of 79 to 94. He is 6'2", right-footed, only 15 years of age and already over 200k in the valuation. That is more than good enough. Then Aurelien Castel scouting in Canada. What has he got? Nothing. And what about Slovenia? We've got Klemen Novak. He's alright at 66 to 90, but we're going to scout him for a further month. Got another player that will scout for a further month. Domen Petek. He's alright. Another centre mid though. And that is it from Slovenia. Very disappointing from the other two countries, apart from Cameroon. Let me know who should be promoted down in the comment section ahead of the new season. Lucas Rogerson, 6'4" CDM, 16-year-old, 56 overall, potential 85 to 91. He is an exciting prospect for sure. Very good on the physical side of things. Not so great on the technical side of things, as you'd expect him being a physically strong player. He does have alright defensive stats. I'm pretty sure I can work with those, and same goes for the on-ball stats. Same goes for the ball control and the passing. Felipe Silveira, overall of 58, 76 to 90 potential, 18-year-old right midfielder from Brazil. Good on the pace, but that's about it really. He does have alright on the ball stats, but nothing out of the ordinary. Then we've got Pedro Jesus, 55 overall right back, only 15 years of age, 6 foot. Seems he's going to be the next Palacios of this series. Everything else below 55, apart from the aggression, which is the best stat he has at 80. Then we've got a good backup goalkeeper here in Kader Clouchy. Great name, from Morocco, 15-year-old, 63 overall rated keeper. 6'2" with 74 to 94 potential. Alright goalkeeping stats, and the reactions are near 60 as well. That is good enough. Could be better, but that is good enough. Liam Griffiths, 58 overall, right winger, 5'9", 80 to 88. Not as great on the acceleration as most of our wingers, but he does have better technical stats. Musa Luoa, just signed him from the scouting updates. 57 overall striker, 6'2". Let's hope you're the next Eric Ngadoui, because the last time we scouted a striker from Africa, we got Mpeba. 79 to 94 potential, 57 overall centre forward. 15-year-old pacey bastard this guy. 85 on the aggression. Alright in the stand tackle, that's the best technical stat. That is interesting to say the least. This guy's got better tackling stats and dribbling stats than his finishing. Even the long pass is higher, and strikers don't even use long pass. Harrison Lee, 56 overall right midfielder, potential 72 to 88, 5'10" winger, that's why I'm keeping him around. One of the tallest wingers we've got at the club. And he is English, which helps his cause. 64 finishing, that is solid. 61 volleys, alright physical stats, not too shabby there. The strength is alright, especially. Just a well-rounded player there. Liam Cooper, 48 overall striker, 5'8". He does have a great potential, but that might not be enough. He does have some good physical stats, but the strength, the reactions and the jumping worry me a bit. Same with the stamina. Alfie Griffiths, 57 overall, 5'10", right winger, 16-year-old, 77 to 91 potential. Looks alright. Same as Harrison Lee, just with a better potential really. The other reason why Harrison Lee is still about, because he's one of the few Englishmen who's got a potential, and he's actually got a white colour skin. Everything else, Alfie Griffiths is better than him. We of course don't know the weak foot or skill moves of these players, so yeah, you never know. The tables might turn around. Liam Martin, 57 overall left winger, 74 to 92 potential. 15-year-old, looks like the best winger out of the lot. Just the height is a bit shorter than what I like. I like my players to be as tall as they can be. But if there's a position where he can get away with being short, it's definitely winger. The stamina's alright, I can do with that, but the strength is miserable. Only 43. Needs to get curling up in the gym. 65 crossing though, that is very nice for a winger. Right, the best name out of the lot, Jay Cox, 57 overall centre forward, 75 to 83 potential. Not as great as I wanted him to be, but he does have the best name, that's why he's sticking around. He's got some alright physical stats. Strength not as great as you'd expect, but he does have some stamina, and the technical ability is alright, especially taking in consideration that he's a 57 overall striker, one of the best finishing stats I've seen at 60 overall, but he still has better crossing. How? Morgan Clark, 54 overall CDM, 80 to 94 potential, probably the best English player we've got so far, and he's a CDM. We don't need CDMs, for crying out loud. I can work with those physical stats, and technically wise, he's not great, but then again, we just managed to work it around with every single player, don't we? So this guy should be no exception. 6 foot. He does look pretty good on the potential side of things though, that's the positive, and he's tall enough. So here's what I'm working on in the training sessions. I've got Ferrari on the sprint speed. Gotta get it up to 99 just for the sake of it. Then Gallo, just training on his penalties, his finishing, and also his long shots and free kick accuracy and curve. He really does need it for the free kicks. Oberna is working on his strength, even though he might stop soon, might train someone else. And same with Chevalier on the strength and dribbling abilities. Well, there's someone who's going to go to the European Championships. Alexander Krav has been called up for Bulgaria. Wish him the best of luck. Even though it seems like he's on his way out of the club, he does want to leave. I'm not too fond of keeping him, but I don't mind keeping him around for you guys. Ivan Mitrovic has been cleared by the medical staff to return from his injury. He got a training injury just before the last game of the season, but seems like he is back from his broken collarbone. He'll be fit in 11 days, which is alright. He'll play a bit of the pre-season. Let's get on with the squad report. Yannick Mallet, he is an exciting prospect. 70 overall, gone up by 4. 15 games, only 3 clean sheets, all in the league. 7.3 average and 7.1 in total. Just an alright keeper, a good backup keeper to have to McNeil. McNeil is called up a lot for international duty, and so Mallet is a good backup. But other than that, he doesn't really get the games, simply because McNeil is so much better than him. And Liam McNeil has potential to be special. The captain, 71 overall, gone up by 5. 36 appearances, 16 clean sheets. A better ratio in a lot more games compared to Mallet, which is what you'd want for a keeper. 7.2 average only in the league though. Solid all around. Does have a 7.2 average in total as well, which is alright. Stats wise, very good reactions. He's grown a lot there. That just shows I haven't been training him at all, just to make sure he grows up naturally, just like Nunez. That's what we want from him. And same with Yannick Mallet. He can grow to a much better keeper than he is right now as well. Jay Martin didn't really got to play him. 6'4" goalkeeper. He's really the third choice. And it doesn't seem like he's even third choice anymore because we've got better keepers in the academy. So he might be on his way out. I'm not too sure, but you never know. For now, he's going to stick around. I'd like to give him a chance. I'm going to make sure I give this guy a chance in the pre-season, and we'll assess that from there. Giuseppe Mariani, loan listed right there, 57 overall, right back. He's gone up by 5, only 9 appearances, 4 of which in the league. A clean sheet and a yellow card, 7.0 average, 7.1 in total, 5'11", not the tallest. Looking alright, looking very average right now compared to the squad. He's just there to make up the numbers really in the back line. Can play on either side of the defense, which I really appreciate. Ivan Mitrovic, 68 overall. He's showing great potential player. Dario Serna's region picked up 4 assists and 12 clean sheets in 34 appearances in the league. 7.1 average rating. He did score a goal in the FA Cup and got a clean sheet there. And so his average rating on total is 7.2. That is nice to see. 5'8", not the tallest unfortunately, but he does play in midfield, so that doesn't really matter. Really good physical stats, and some really good on the ball stats. Some alright, like dribbling, like curve and short pass. Marking's not as great as I wanted it to be. The defensive stats is really where he lacks, so putting him in the midfield where he doesn't really need to put the tackles in, but can help out in tracking back, making up the numbers in the back line, is really the perfect place for him. And next up, Mr. Bobang Teka can play across the back four. That is lovely, showing great potential as well. 61 overall, gone up by 3. 20 games, 18 of which in the league. And he's picked up a clean sheet every 2 games there as well. 7.3 average in the league and in total. He picked up an assist in the FA Cup. That's sound as well. He only came in just before January, if I remember correctly. 3-star, 6'1". He is tall enough to play in the middle as well. Alright physical stats, even though I wished his acceleration was a bit higher. I wish they'd switch the sprint speed and the acceleration around, because at least I could train his sprint speed, but I can't train his acceleration. I hope they can just implement that into career mode where you can train every single stat there is for every single position. I want to train goalkeepers to play outfield as well. That's something to look forward to, but first, train every goddamn stat please in the position that he's in. That would be good enough, in my opinion. Technical stats, not really that great, but he does have good defending and passing stats. Does have a good crossing stats and an alright heading accuracy one, which does help him out in the defense, which is really what he is. So that's good enough from Tech. He's had superb performances in this season. Jeremy Redenton, 63 overall, gone up by 1. 29 appearances of the 33 he made in total this season. Just the 1 assist, 10 clean sheets of the 11 were in the league. 7.3 average in the league and in total. And a 6'5" monster at the back, not really that quick. He's a lot more agile than he looks like right there. He's quicker than he looks like. He is better overall than what he looks like here. Maybe because of the technical stats, they look so darn good in the defensive ones. Heading accuracy, tackling and marking look really good. And that's because I trained him up in the first season. But I wish they grew a bit more in the physical stats. Anyways, solid season for Redenton. Michel Gallo, an exciting prospect. Martin Tyler's puppet right here, 68 overall, gone up by 6. Just the main man up top, 26 goals, the top goal scorer in the league. As if he doesn't have enough coverage, 37 games, He picked up those 26 goals in 37 appearances in the league of the 43 he did in total. 6 assists, 14 clean sheets of the 15, so you can tell he does help the defense out a lot. 7.8 average in the league, 7.6 in total. 5-star, 6 foot, low high work rate. This guy, man, it reminds me a lot of Harvey Hall. It really does. His growth is just out of this world. I'm going to keep training his finishing and his shot power until he maxes out. I'm currently training his free kick accuracy, training his penalties. Make sure to get those up as well. I want to work on the volleys as well, but I might work on the heading, so I'm going to stick with the training that I'm doing right now, which is the curve, the penalties, the free kick accuracy, the finishing and the shot power, which is what he really needs to do it up top for us. We need a free kick taker in this side, and really the perfect choice is Gallo, because he's going to play every single game. That is just how things work around here. Alexander Krav, 63 overall, just talked about him. Gone up by 2. Didn't look impressive in the 15 games he had this season of the 18 in total. 6 clean sheets, 5 in the league. That's 1 clean sheet every 3 games. That's alright, but really, Krav got carried a lot this season. And for a 6'7" player, you don't expect that. He's good defensively, but he does feel every single bit of those technical stats, let me tell you right now. And the stamina is a big hindrance. 7.3 average, 7.2 in total. Not the best of seasons for Krav. He feels worse than a 63 when really with his height and everything he should be feeling better than a 63 overall player. Just a big log at the back. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, we've got Morgan Lewis here. No potential whatsoever as well. 61 overall, gone up by 1. 6'3", feels even taller than that. Feels a lot better than 61 overall. 33 games, picked up a goal, think it was a header. 13 clean sheets of the 34 in total. That's basically a clean sheet every 3 games. Picked up a yellow card. 7.3 average in the league and in total. And overall, great defender to play with. Technical stats feel a lot better than that, and the physical stats feel every single bit of that. Agility and balance feel a lot better than 58 and 51. Overall, great season for him. Feels a lot better than his rating. That's a big plus on Lewis. I'm going to see if I can actually boost him this time around. Erwin Cunningham, 57 overall, didn't really got to play him. Just the 1 game where he kept a clean sheet. That's good enough in the league, I guess. 7.4 average rating. Alright defender. Let's see what the next year has got in store for him. Just being promoted at the last end of the season. Can't wait to see his status as well. Harvey Harris, showing great potential. 62 overall, gone up by 4. Rotation player, really. 21 games out of the 26 were in the league. 7 clean sheets, all in the league as well. 7.2 average there and 7.1 in total. 5'11", that's really his biggest con. But he does feel taller than 5'11". Maybe because jumping and sprint speed are his best stats. He just covers so much ground and so quickly. That's why he's a great defender. Really. 67 marking. Good tackling as well. Apart from that, not really great on the technical side of things. He can control the ball, which is good enough. He can cross, and he's got good heading accuracy and long pass. And the short pass there as well is there, which is good enough. Right, Reece White, 56 overall, gone up by 5. Another Aussie here. 11 games of the 15 were in the league. Picked up an assist and 4 clean sheets, all in the league. 7.3 average rating, 7.2 in total. Looked alright in defence. That's where he played most of his games. He does feel a lot better at centre-back than I would expect. But I did predict he would play there, so at the same time it was really my conversion. So I'm happy with his progress right now. Agility especially feels a lot better than 50, but he can't pass the ball, that is for sure. Like technical stats, he feels really poor. But he can dodge in and out of defenders, which is good. So I feel he should have a lot more than 50 agility. Valerio Guidi, 63 overall, gone up by 3. For a 63 overall player, very disappointing. 6'2". 12 games of the 15 were in the league, where he picked up all 6 clean sheets. 7.3 average rating in the league, 7.2 in total. Just had an average season, really. Clean sheet every 2 games, didn't play a lot. We carried him on those 6 clean sheets as well. It's not really the best of seasons for Guidi, and you can tell why he's very unhappy. Just didn't get the game time in the second half of the season. He played the cup games and a handful of league games. That's about it for his season. Josh Campbell, 57 overall, gone up by 5. Very good CDM. We do have a better one in the academy, I believe. But this guy is good enough. 15 games of the 16 were in the league. Picked up 2 goals and 2 assists there with 4 clean sheets and a yellow card. 7.5 average rating in the league, 7.4 in total. Picked up a goal in the single appearance in the Carabao Cup. That's worth noting. 6 foot, low height, work rates. Can play centre back, which is good. But he is a good midfielder. Short pass right there just says it all. Defensive stats are there as well. That's why he can play centre back. But technicals overall need to improve, and a lot. Right, Peter Farrell, 61 overall, gone up by 4. Northern Irish right midfielder. 16 games of the 19 he played in total were in the league. 2 assists, picked up a goal in pre-season. We don't really care about that. 6.7 average in total as well. Just an alright player who did his job when he came on. Alright physical stats, acceleration and agility, the pick of the bunch. And technical stats, he could control the ball and he could cross. And he could pass, which meant he played in midfield some of the time as well. Just a bit part-time player here. Anthony Gibbs, 55 overall, gone up by 7. Been on loan for the season at Corona Kills. So we don't have any information on his stats, but he's grown up by a lot, which is a positive. It's a massive plus for Anthony Gibbs. We'll have to wait and see how he plays in pre-season. Right, Tibor Kisley, 62 overall, gone up by 5. 5'10" winger, high-low work rates. Very good winger in my opinion. He's quick, he's really good on the ball for his overall especially. But he does get bullied off the ball a bit because of his strength. The stamina and the strength are his 2 major cons really. The rest is spot on. Keep on growing, and especially grow that stamina and strength. You need to get in the gym, mate. Thomas O'Byrne, 56 overall, gone up by 7. This guy has been such a revelation in this season. Solid season by him. 31 appearances, 3 goals. 4 assists and 2 clean sheets. 7.1 average in the league, and in total he picked up a 7.0. 5-star, 3-star, 5'9", Northern Irish centre mid. Can play central attacking midfield, but I've played him defensively as well. Even though his defensive stats are not there, he does feel a lot better than that. Especially on the marking. Feels a lot better than 25 marking. And the technical stats, been training a bit of the finishing, the dribbling and the ball control. Strength is a big plus because I've trained it. So he can hold off the challenges, which is good. He feels strong as an ox on the ball, even though he's 5'9". Miguel Cruz just promoted him, 56, gone up by 1 already. 5'8", 5-star, 3-star, right-footed, high and medium work rates. Alright physical stats, the agility really the only really good one. And technical stats, alright, if I do say so myself. Very good free kick accuracy and curve with the long shot and the short pass. It feels really similar to the guy above him in Thomas O'Byrne. Look at the wheels difference. Just the defending really and the physical side of things feel a lot better. And we've trained dribbling of course, so that would be a heck of a difference. but it does feel like the next Thomas O'Byrne if he plays like him. Jamie Moore, 59 overall, gone up by 5. Had an alright season, 5 games, picked up 2 goals. I need to give this guy more playing time. He played 5 of the 11 games in the league, 7.1 average in the league and 6.8 in total. Played in the cup games, and he played a fair bit in the pre-season. Not showing any status because he's below 60 overall. Looking alright, looking an alright player. Very average though. I wish he would have been better by now, but it is what it is. He does look really good technically though, that's a big plus for me. Bruno Chumacero, 60 overall, gone up by 4. At the start of the season he was scoring goals left, right and centre, but he's dropped off at the second half of the season. Really had some poor performances, but he did score 7 goals, 5 of which in the league. 20 of the 24 games were in the league as well. Picked up 3 of the 5 assists there and 5 of the 6 clean sheets. 7.3 average rating in the league, 7.4 in total. Played in the FA Cup and in the pre-season tournament as well. The problem with Chumacero playing up top is that he's got 2-star weak foot. 6 foot high low work rates. He is quick, this lad, and he does have a fair bit of strength and stamina, but he does need to improve on there still. A lot better than most of our wingers though. And in the technical side of things he's actually alright, but his finishing's only 45. That is probably why he didn't feel as good as in the second half of the season, where teams didn't give us that much pace compared to the start of it. Very good short pass, dribbling and ball control. He's also got the long pass, but he doesn't really need it, even when he plays left wing. Jordan Morgan, on loan at Lech Poznan for the season. Can't see the stats unfortunately. 58 overall, gone up by 6. 5'11", 3-star, 4-star. Doesn't like to work hard for his money. It looks very average. He just hasn't really fit in. I'm going to give him a chance in the pre-season and we'll assess from there. Niels Johannesson has potential to be special. He's just gone up to a 60 overall. That is very good news. 3 goals in the league. He picked up all the stuff in the league as well. 3 goals, 5 assists and 2 clean sheets and a yellow card as well. 7.6 average in the league, 7.4 in total. Had 2 alright games in the FA Cup where he didn't really do much. A 5'10" central attacking midfielder, that's what I rate about him. He's taller than most of them. Overall, alright player. At 60 over, he feels a lot better than 60 overall. But his stats really tell me why. Look at the ball control, the dribbling, the finishing, the shot power, the long shots. The volleys are decent as well. The penalties at 59. Does have some very good physical stats to go by as well, and some strength, which is rare in attacking players. And a very good season for Niels Johannesson. Fitted very quickly into the side, which I like. Ed Turner, a bit of the opposite. 61 overall, doesn't have a status, gone up by 1. Only played 3 times. He did join in later in the season. Only had a clean sheet, 7.0 average in total. That's alright from him, but he didn't really do much. He wasn't an instant hit like Johannesson was. He does look as good as Johannesson in stats, but in games, skill-wise, he feels miles behind him. Maybe a rushed assessment from me, because he only had 3 games, but then again, he didn't really do much. So we're going to have to wait for pre-season and see after that. George Allen has potential to be special. Central attacking midfield. We promoted him in the last scouting updates of the season, if I'm not mistaken. The last scouting updates before the season ended. Played 2 games in the league, 7.0 average. Picked up 2 clean sheets, where we already had the title secured. The problem with him is that he has a 1-star skill moves. 6 foot, medium work rates. Looks alright. Might play him at camp, might play him at central attacking midfield, but I'm not going to play him in either wing or striker, so you can forget about the centre forward role right there. He's going to be the next Joel Martin. I can just feel it. Just with a worst weak foot. The 2 games were sim matches. Even without playing with him, I can feel he's going to be the next Joel Martin. For now, he does have really poor strength and alright stamina and sprint speed. And the technical stats are there as well. Like they were there with Joel Martin. He does look like a good player, good deep line playmaker that we can use. So I'm looking forward to see what he's got for us in the future. Antonio Santoro, 58 overall, gone up by 2. Solid player. Very reliable. 24 games he played, 18 of which in the league. Picked up 2 of the 3 goals there. And picked up a goal and an assist in the Checkered Trade Trophy. 6.8 average in the league and in total. Picked up an 8.0 on that game in the Checkered Trade Trophy. 5'8", 4-star, 3-star, high-low work rates. Played inside forward for us and centre mid as well. Just a very good player on the ball, and the movements forward, he's really intelligent off the ball as well, making some good runs forward. But he doesn't really help out defensively. That's the problem with this lad. And he doesn't really have potential. He hasn't grown a lot. 58 overall, only gone up by 2. I'd like to keep him around, but if the right bid comes in... for him, then I might sell him. He's basically not safe. Tyler Clark, 56 overall, gone up by 5. This is the reason why Santoro isn't safe, because Tyler Clark felt just an all-round better player, because he was quicker, he was taller, and technically wise, not really far away from him. The problem with both is the strength and the stamina. Tyler Clark feels as good, if not better, than Santoro at this stage. 14 games of the 19 were played in League 2, picked up a goal and 3 assists, and a clean sheet. 7.1 average rating in the league, 7.2 in total. Agility is really what helps him out, and the balance, just to twist and turn his way through. Ball control is there, the dribbling's alright. Does feel a lot better than 56 though, I have to say. And overall, really good player to play with. Kamil Pokorny doesn't have a status, unfortunately. He might be on his way out of the club. 6 appearances in League 2, 2 goals. And picked up a clean sheet as well. 7.0 average in the league. And picked up a 6.6 average rating in total. Which really shows it wasn't his season. He well and truly only had a really good game where he scored 2 goals. The rest of the season he just didn't really do much, which I don't want for a player. And he's got the 1-star weak foot, which I hate for centre forward, so he's played in centre mid most of the time. He's small, which doesn't make up for his 1-star weak foot. He is quick and good on the ball. That's what helps him out, really. Because if he wasn't good physically and technically wise, he'd be out of the club already. But he might even still go, because he's got the 1-star weak foot and he is small. Yeah, and he doesn't feel great anymore. He doesn't feel as good as he did in the first season. That is a fact. Nicola Russo, 57 overall, gone up by 4, looking to boost him up yet again. 13 games of the 15 he played were in the league. Picked up the goal, the 3 assists and the 4 clean sheets out of the 5 in the league as well. 7.3 average in the league, 7.2 in total. Alright season for Russo, I'd say. Even though he didn't really got the goals, he was more of an assist maker for Gallo. I mean, everybody turned provider when Gallo's up top. 3-star, 4-star, 5'8", high-low work rates. The agility helps him out a lot with the balance and the sprint speed. The stamina's a lot better, but strength still needs to work on that. And he still does have pretty poor technical stats, even though they feel a lot better than that. So a good season for Russo, and he can play central attack midfield, which we play in there some of the time as well. We played him more in the inside forward role. That's where he really does bits for us. And can't wait for the next season. This guy's on excellent form, no wonder why. Had a great season. Ewan Shaw, 58 overall, gone up by 4. Not the best of seasons for this lad. 9 appearances of the 13. Picked up 2 goals and an assist in the league and the 2 clean sheets. Picked up a red card in that infamous game where he was dreadful. He's really inconsistent. Picked up 2 goals and an assist. And in a dreadful game, he picked up a red card. 6.7 average in the league, 6.8 in total. Did have a good pre-season. He's got the long passer trait with the CPUAI only thing, which I hate from the bottom of my heart. 5'11", that's a good thing about him, and he's weak foot and skill moves. He's alright there, he's quick, and he can dribble the ball. He just can't really finish, even though he's got 57 finishing. I don't know why he can't really finish. He just can't. Ewan Shaw needs to be a lot better than he was this season. Mikkel Svensson, 60 overall, gone up by 5. Showing great potential. He is safe for now. Had a good last end of the season. He does have some spells where he does get the goals or the assists. Some spells where he goes a bit away. He's inconsistent, but a lot less inconsistent than Ewan Shaw. That's why he stays around in and out of the first team. Played 25 of the 28 games in the league. 6 goals, 4 assists, 5 clean sheets, and 2 yellow cards for him. 7.2 average in the league and in total. Overall, good season for Svensson, I'd say. His physical stats really help him out, dodge his way through. But the strength and the stamina, big hindrances. Because if he gets caught by a player, he's getting brushed aside. And technical stats off the charts really for a 60 overall player. Can't really complain there. Dylan Brennan, 59 overall, gone up by 4. Another Northern Irish winger. He hasn't been great this season. Only picked up an assist. 6 games in the league. 7.1 average, 6.8 in total. He is tall. 3-star, 4-star. Doesn't like to work hard for his money though. He is quick, but technical stats are not there. Just the shooting abilities of this guy are keeping him around, and the dribbling as well, even though the ball control is not the greatest. Not the best of seasons for Dylan Brennan. He is not safe. We'll have to see how he plays in pre-season. Lino Cortez is an exciting prospect from Venezuela. 67 overall, gone up by 6. Can play as a central attacking midfielder. I've played him as an inside forward, but I haven't tested him out in midfield. Scored a goal and picked up 4 assists. A cracking goal, by the way, a long shot. 2 clean sheets and 2 yellow cards. 7.0 average in the league. 6.9 in total. He didn't have a good pre-season, that's basically why. And he didn't play particularly well in either of the cups. 5'6", that's his only con. He's really small. 3-star, 4-star, medium-low work rates. Quick and good on the ball. That's what makes up for his small stature, his high rating really, and his potential. Hikaru Mitsuya, 57 overall, gone up by 1. Only played 1 game with him, but he did keep the clean sheet and he was very active in the right hand side. 7.6 average rating in that game. Did came at the last end of the season. Came in at the last end of the season. 3-star, 4-star, 5'9". Doesn't like to work hard for his money though, even though it doesn't seem like it. Maybe the editing, the work rates has actually worked with this player. Even though the strength's not really there at all, he does feel better than 41 strength. He does feel as quick as he is in the stats. And technically wise, he feels a bit better than that, but not really far off. I'd say 57 is a good overall for him. He's round about where he is at right now. Needs to keep on doing his thing in the pre-season, we'll have to see. But I'm pretty sure this guy is safe. Gabriele Ferrari, 60 overall, gone up by 11. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a status which might send him out of the door, but I'd like to keep him. 13 games played, 9 of which in League 2. Picked up a goal and an assist. Picked up another goal in the Checker Trade Trophy and 2 clean sheets in the league. 6.7 average in the league, 7.9 in total, including an 8.2 in that game in the Checker Trade Trophy. Everybody has a good game in the Checker Trade Trophy. Really quick, and technical wise, he's a good finisher. You can see that I've trained him up a lot. Not really part of my long-term plans, but he is in my short-term plans still. I plan on playing him in the next season. I do need to train up his strength though, when he gets to 99 sprint speed. Overall, a very good season for Ferrari, and due to his pace and dribbling abilities, he's a reliable option off the bench when we need someone to break the script. Dominic Baker, 56 overall, gone up by 5. An alright season for him. 11 appearances, 2 goals and 3 assists in the league. 4 clean sheets. 7.2 average in the league and in total. Very good season for him, as I said. 5-star, 3-star, 6 foot. Medium low work rates to the right foot kangaroo, and you can see why I've called him a kangaroo in the physical stats. The guy is a beast, and technically wise he does need to improve in the stats, but in game he feels a lot better than that, especially in the finishing department at only 48. Scored a cracking long shot in off the crossbar. Very good replacement for Gallo whenever he's tired. Pierce O'Neill, unfortunately, no stats on him for the season. 53 overall, gone up by 4. 5'10", high-low work rates, 4-star, 3-star. Does look alright, but the stamina and the strength still a big problem on him. But he did grow a lot away from us. He's grown up a lot in the sprint speed, in the ball control, the dribbling, the volleys, and the short pass and long shots. He's even not that short for a striker as well. 5'10" is about the limit where he is not short. He's been on loan at Al Shabab for the season. Hugo Azevedo, 60 overall, gone up by 1 right in the last month of the season. Showing great potential, just promoted this guy. Played 2 games, one of them with me. 6.6 average, didn't feel as good as Mitsuya and didn't keep a clean sheet. Or overall, alright performances from him, but he does need to improve. Very good physical stats, even though again the stamina and the strength need to improve. The technical side though, really good. Felt really good on the ball. The technical stats though, a big plus for me, because he felt a lot better on the ball than Mitsuya did. Even though Mitsuya is a lot better at tracking back and actually working for the team. Azevedo is just a different type of winger. And Philip Erskad is probably a very good mixture between Azevedo's attacking prowess and Mitsuya's incredible work ethic. He does work a lot for the team, and he is incredible going forward. His sledgehammer shot is something out of this world. Very good physical stats. Very good technicals as well. Look at the shot power, only 52. That feels so much better than a 52. Maybe because of the OP time finishing. I don't know, but in this patch, it doesn't feel OP anymore, at least for me. But people still saying that I need to turn it off. And to be honest, I've been thinking of turning it off. I think I can turn it off for the next season ahead of us. And same with Parma. But Erskad has got nothing to do with time finishing really. Picked up 5 goals, 10 assists, 9 of which in the league, 10 clean sheets. You can tell he works a lot for the team by tracking back. Picked up an assist in the Emirates FA Cup. 7.5 average in the league, 7.4 in total. Just a very good player to play with. A lot better than 60 overall, let me tell you right now. Stefan de Fresne, 73 overall, gone up by 6. Picked up a 1 match ban in the last game of the season. Apparently he's got that domestic competition 1 match ban. 36 games out of the 41 were in the league. 2 goals, 3 assists and 2 clean sheets. This is the guy that really does the work for the team ahead of Erskad. But I might switch them to around for the next season, just to make use of Stefan's technical stats. Look at those, just in the green, most of them. Some in high yellows, like the finishing at 69, the dribbling at 68, the long pass and the shot power at 68 and 67, long shots, ball control, curve, short pass and free kick accuracy all above 70, even short pass at 80 and crossing at 87. He can whip a ball in, which is nice to see from a winger. Again, strength and stamina are the things to work on. He does feel better than most of our wingers in that regard. He does feel a lot stronger than 52 overall there. Very good season for the Fresno despite the low return in goals and assists. He does work a lot harder for the team than most of our wingers. Christophe Chevalier, 19 games of the 24 in the league, doesn't have a status unfortunately. Picked up a goal and 2 assists and a clean sheet. 6.6 average, just inconsistent really, has some really good games and some off games. He's got the technical dribbler with the CPUAI only thing. Can't stand that thing. 5 stars, skill moves, a big plus. The weak foot does feel a lot better than 2 stars though, which is a good thing. 5'9". He isn't tall, but he isn't too short either for a winger. He is really quick, and he's got some good on-the-ball stats, which is what I like to see. Some good passing, good dribbling, good ball control, and good finishing. And some good long shots. He's got a cracking goal against Grimsby on the snow. Remarkable day at the office. And that is it for this mammoth squad report. Right. So we've already had a look at the top goal scorers. I'm going to have a look at them. Gallo picked up the golden boot as you've already heard. Erskot had 9 assists. He was the best assist maker for us. And he had the best ratio out of the lot. Zelka was the top assist maker of the league for Yeovil Town. And McNeil picked up the golden glove with the best ratio out of the lot in the goalkeepers, which is really nice to see. Picked up 16 clean sheets in 36 games. That is solid. McNeil is a very good leader for several reasons, but the main reasons are that he can really keep a clean sheet on his own. He doesn't rely on the defense to keep that one. He might concede the odd one-on-one, but in one-on-ones, he is superb. His distribution is spotless, and he is really good at organising the defence. If it wasn't for McNeil in behind them, they wouldn't have kept half the clean sheets they kept. And there's the final standings for League 2. Now, we've already seen League 2, but in the Emirates FA Cup, congratulations to Tottenham who beat Manchester United, unfortunately, in the final. It would be really nice to lose to the FA Cup winners. We played them in the 3rd round. There we go, we lost 2-1 to them. Very close and hard-fought battle with them. In the Carabao Cup, we had the Liverpool derby between Everton and Liverpool, which the red side of Merseyside got the better out of the blue side. So they took the Carabao Cup. The Checkatrade Trophy, Ipswich beat Portsmouth 2-0. In the League 2 playoffs, Gillingham is going up, beating Crawley 2-1 in the playoff final. And they'll be going up with us, Colchester and Yeovil Town. Then Chelsea won the UEFA Super Cup with a 1-0 win over Barcelona. Somehow they lost on that game. In the Champions League we had the Madrid derby again, but this time Atletico came out on top against their bitter rivals Real Madrid. And in the Europa League, Tottenham Hotspur also took the Europa League crown. Look at that, Spurs really hate Portuguese sides. They beat Benfica in the semi-finals with a 6-1 aggregate scoreline, and they beat Sporting in the final. They've beat both Lisbon clubs in the semi-finals and in the final. Let's have a look at the other leagues to wrap this episode up. Salzburg won in the Austrian Bundesliga. Then in Belgium, KRC Ghent won with 3 points ahead of Standard Liège and 6 points ahead of RSC Anderlecht. Then in Denmark, Copenhagen took the Superliga with 1 point over Midtjylland where Pione's sister used to play. Brøndby came in third, a lot further away from the title as I'd expect from them. They need to improve next season. Premier League, Liverpool and Manchester City on the top for a Manchester United fan is really painful to see, especially Liverpool winning and City just a 1 point over United. At least we get UEFA Champions League football. Just a bad season in general for Man United fans, really. Losing the FA Cup final and seeing their bitter rivals finish on top of them. Yeah. Bournemouth picked up 104 points to be promoted from the Championship. They will be going up with Huddersfield and one of the teams in either Swansea, Nottingham Forest, West Brom or Middlesbrough. Going down in the Championship, Oxford United, Barnsley and Burton Albion will play their football in League One against us. And going up will be Bolton, Charlton Athletic and either Ipswich, Rotherham, Sunderland or Peterborough in the playoffs. And going down from League 1 to League 2, it'll be Bristol Rovers, AFC Wimbledon, John Akinde's Lincoln City. Unfortunately, I'd like to play against them again. Might get a chance to do so in either of the cups later on, and Rochdale also going down. In France, Olympique Lyon won League level on points with Saint Etienne, won by the goal difference. Paris Saint-Germain in third and Monaco in fourth. They've been the last champions of the last, 8 years since Montpellier won that infamous title with Giroud. Yeah, it's been that long since we had a different champion either than PSG or Monaco. Then good to see Auxerre getting promoted from Ligue 2. And now in the Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund finish ahead of their main rival Schalke, 9 points ahead of them to take the Bundesliga crown. Wolfsburg in third and Bayern Munich finished in fourth, even though they still have Lewandowski as their main guy up top. Bayer Leverkusen still can't do better than fifth. Shame on you, you are a disgrace to the sport. Going down from Bundesliga, it will be Düsseldorf and Ingolstadt, with the relegation playoff being between Freiburg and Nuremberg. The winner will play in the Bundesliga and the loser will play in Bundesliga too. Hanover and Augsburg will play in the Bundesliga, which is nice to see. Then Paderborn got promoted as well, nice to see that. Unfortunately, Bournemouth Hansa Rostock down in 7th. In the Electricity League in the Republic of Ireland, Dundalk took that 16 points ahead of Cork City. Congratulations to Dundalk. Juventus took the title in Serie A. No big difference there to real life. Inter and Roma level on points in 2nd and 3rd. Relegated sides will be Benevento, Crotone and Pescara. Parma still in there. Bologna, Spal and either Hellas Verona, Palermo, Frosinone or Brescia will play in Serie A. That is because of the playoffs in Italy. Then Eredivisie, Feyenoord took that 2 points ahead of PSV. Ajax in 3rd. They need to improve next season. 8 points off the league leaders. That is not usual to see. Then in Norway, Rosenborg took the title 3 points ahead of Molde FK. And Jordan Morgan's Lech Poznan took the title in Poland. Lewandowski's first club took the title ahead of Lechia Gdansk. And somehow Legia Warsaw finishing in 4th. The main Polish club almost 20 points away from the league leaders. That is interesting. Then in Portugal, the table feels like upside down in the first 3. Right now, Porto is in 1st, Benfica is 2nd, and Sporting Lisbon are in 3rd. Somehow in the game, this only really happens in PlayStation, Porto are 10 points away from top spots Benfica. Sporting 8 points away from Benfica as well. Sporting Braga and Guimarães, yes, that is really usual to see. Then come the mid-table sides. Unfortunately, we don't even have all the clubs licensed, so Santa Clara and Nacional, not Funchal, the city, but Nacional, the club, would be relegated. Then in the Scottish Premier, Celtic took away and never looked back. 18 points ahead of their top rivals. 18 points ahead of their bitter rivals Rangers, and corner flag games' Hibernian finishing in third. That's really nice to see. Then in La Liga, Real Madrid, even though they lost to Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final, they did took the Spanish title, with Barcelona 9 points away from their bitter rivals as well. Villarreal are going to the Champions League playoffs. Betis, Valencia and Celta Vigo are going to Europa League and getting relegated. We've got Levante, Deportivo Alaves and Deportivo La Coruña. Then going up, we've got Rayo Vallecano on top with 93 points. Then Sporting Gijon and Huesca also going up. Then in Sweden, AIK took the title with Malmo finishing third. That is interesting. Basel took the title in Switzerland, 16 points ahead of second place Young Boys. And then in Turkey, Besiktas took the title with Ricardo Quaresma still in there. Galatasaray 12 points away from Besiktas. They really are the best side in Turkey right now, even going through some financial struggles and selling some of their best players like Pepe to Porto. In real life, they couldn't afford Pepe, so they let him go. And guess who's picked him up in real life? Yes, he has returned to his former club in Porto. Then the other two Istanbul clubs in Galatasaray and Fenerbahce finishing below Besiktas. Now moving on to the leagues that are still underway. New York City are taking it away in the MLS. They still got the New York Red Bulls, the Seattle Sounders and the LA Galaxy. Then in Mexico, Monterrey are taking it away with Tigres and America closely behind. Guadalajara all the way down in 8th in the Apertura. And then in Clausura, they are in 6th, but they're still very far down the table for a club who had the likes of Chicharito. Then in the A-League, Sporting DK's Perth Glory are taking it away from his city. I'm pretty sure he'll be happy with that. Just 1 point below Melbourne Victory. Then in South Korea, Seoul are taking the K-League well ahead of second place Yeonbuk Hyundai. Then in Saudi Arabia, Al Hilal taking it away from Al Ali and Al Nassr. That is interesting to see. Pierce O'Neill's Al Shabab in 5th. Then in Japan, Urawa Reds taking the title 4 points away from Kawasaki and Gamba Osaka 5 points below them. And then in the Chinese Super League, Guangzhou are taking the title 4 points away from Shanghai SIPG. Then in Brazil, Botafogo taking it away from Internacional and Fluminense. Still very early days there. In the Argentinian League, Independiente are in the driving seat. 6 points away from Boca Juniors, not Buenos Aires. Racing Club shortly behind as well. River Plate all the way down in 5th. Then Viña winning in Chile. 6 points away from Universidad de Chile. Then in Colombia, Tolima are 3 points away from Atlético Nacional and Deportivo Cali 5 points away from top spots. In the Dynamo 2, in the second division in Colombia still hasn't started. Okay. Alright. And yeah. And that is going to do it for the massive season review. I hope I've documented everything in this episode. Right, that is going to do it for this episode. I hope I document everything that I needed to put in this episode. I'm going to look out for the regions and I'm going to make sure What about expiring contracts? Fortunately, we don't have any. Right, that is it from me today. I hope I covered everything. And by the way, we don't have anyone expiring contracts in this season. Only next year I think a few will leave on a free. It really depends on what we'll find in this season in the free agents list and in the regions sections. And the regions that we've got on the short list right now. But I'm going to look for some more in between this episode and the pre-season live stream. I'm going to see you all next time, and until then, have a good one. Bye-bye. I'm going to see you all next time, and until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.